Professor Neville, and ladies and gentlemen. Today, my title of the research is Implementation of the 360-degree Performance Appraisal Feedback System in Private Sector Organization in Sri Lanka. 360-degree is one of the performance appraisal techniques. This is actually developed newly, not that much new, but in the Sri Lanka, as per my knowledge, is not so famous. In the sense, it's not so popular. But most of the Western countries, they are using this kind of techniques. But it's not implementing in Sri Lanka, as per my knowledge. So I want to implement these techniques in Sri Lanka. So as we know that all the employees who work in the organization, they like to know about their performance feedback system, in the sense like how well they are performing in the organization, whether they are performing good or not. If we can receive the feedback of the employee performance, then we can identify where he is standing. So you can identify the gaps about yourself, then you can improve. So I would like to suggest that one of the most important way that employee can develop in an organization is to receive the feedback of the employee performance. This is the one way we can improve. This is the performance and happiness matrix. So in the organization, there are four types of people are there. When we consider about the Q1, in the Q1, this person's performance is low. Even though his performance is low, he is happy in the organization. His satisfaction level is high. Why? Must be because his job, what he is holding, is not matching with his skill. That must be the reasons. Or he is getting more than what he expects. So that must be the reason. When we see about the Q2, in this, his performance level also low, and he is unhappy about the organization. Satisfaction level also low. That must be the reason because they have recruited the wrong person. Their recruitment selection was wrong. That person's job is not matching to the current position. That must be the reasons. And when we consider about the Q3, this person, his performance is high. Even though his performance is high, he is not happy in the organization. Must be because that job is not challenging to him. He is not happy about the organization, not motivating, maybe the reasons. But we see about the Q4, this person, his performance is high, as well as his satisfaction level also very high. So is to build a long-term relationship between the employee and organization, we need to retain this kind of Q4 people. So up to you, what kind of person you want to retain in your organization. And as we know that most of the assessment are done by supervisor. If we receive the assessment from the supervisor, there is a possibility like bias issue or performance rating issue, because we are getting the feedback of the employee from one person, not from many. So I didn't mean this is all the supervisor, but there is a possibility to fall any other rating error. It might be stereotyping, perception set, or halo effect. It might be. There is a possible to fall under the bias issue, bias rating. So to overcome this kind of situation, we have developed one of the techniques that is called as 360-degree performance feedback system. In this system, you can see from the diagram that the person can receive the feedback not only from one person, from many sources. He can receive the feedback about his performance from his supervisor, not only from supervisor, from his subordinate, as well as from his customer and co-workers. Even he can rate about himself. He can give rating about himself, then he can compare the rating which he get from others. Then he can find the gaps, how much I have given and how much other gap. Then he can identify where I am lacking, where I have to improve. So this system might help to reduce the bias issue, because we are receiving the feedback from many sources. That's why we also call as multi-source feedback system. Therefore, my research problem is whether the 360-degree performance appraisal feedback system can be implemented in Sri Lankan private sector organization or not. So I have developed some of the questions. First question is, what is the level of satisfaction of employees on the current performance appraisal techniques? To answer this question, I have developed 7 indicators. Some of them are performance, when evaluating the performance of the employee, evaluator doesn't consider about the document or the record. He is not considering about the record and document of the employees. He is considered about the buyer's issue. That the evaluator, whatever he gave the rate, that is not reasonable. Those are some of the indicators I have developed. Then next question is, what are the reasons for not implementing 360-degree performance feedback appraisal system? To answer this question, I have used some of the variables like why they are not implementing this system in Sri Lanka. What is the reasons behind this? Why not implementing? Like they don't know about this system or unawareness or what? Or this system is not suitable for their organization, or their organization is dominating by hierarchy, or why? Why is not using this system in Sri Lanka? That's what. For that, I have identified few variables. And last question is, what is the degree of possibility of implementing 360-degree performance appraisal feedback system? So first, when I am conducting the interview, I demonstrate about a 360-degree in advance. After that, I check their opinion. In case if there is chance, possible is there to implement this system, whether your organization would like to implement or not. I conduct a semi-structured interview to answer this question. And some of the key literature review, as you have seen in the slides also, Flanders and Scrutino point that accurately assessed performance appraisal system reflect the employee true performance. That means that if the performance appraisal is valid, it is accurate, then the person who got the highest rating might be the best performer in the organization. The person who got the lowest rating might be the poorest performer in the organization. It's mean that. And next one is operation, and Ravi mentioned that whose job satisfaction is high has a positive attitude towards the job, and someone who is not satisfied with his or her job has negative attitude towards the job. And last one also clarify that 360-degree performance appraisal feedback system is totally developmental. It's in the Western countries, they are already implemented a long time back this system. And it can link to the overall performance of the business plan of the organization and individuals. Individual in the sense, employees. This is my conception framework. As I mentioned in the earlier, in the 360-degree performance feedback system, you can receive your performance feedback from many sources, in the sense co-worker, subordinate, supervisor, and yourself and customer. Then, after collecting those feedback, then can measure the performance rating. Based on that rating, then it can impact on their increment, reward, promotion, and facility. Then this will help to increase the satisfaction level of the employee. Once satisfaction level of the employee is increased, he will perform better as compared to before. So if this is giving more productivity, then this will help to grow the organization. This will help to success of the organization, development of the organization. My hypotheses are the level of satisfaction of the employee on the current performance appraisal technique is below the average level. Second one is the main reason for not implementing 360-degree performance appraisal technique is unawareness. The third one is the degree of possibility of implementing the 360-degree performance appraisal technique is very low among the private sector organizations in Sri Lanka. My methodology is based on the combine of qualitative and quantitative methods. So my main data collection tool were questionnaire and semi-structured interview. Here I said two types of question. One is I focus on the employer, in the sense those who work in the top level management, and another one is those who are working in the middle and lower level management. The sample include 200 employees from 10 selected medium and large scale private organizations. It's from the Colombo area. And I use the random number table to select at least 20 employees from each organization. So random number table I use for selecting the data collection. The opinion of the respondents are gathered mostly using the 5-point Likert scale. So my significance levels is 0.I26, which is based on the 11 variables. That means I consider like motivation, empowerment, relation with the co-workers, relation with the management, like that few variables I consider. And those data presentation and analysis are based on the statistical measure and diagram and tables. And further to test that, I use the SPSS. And as I am not able to put all the graphs, so one of the graphs I picked, that is the opinion and reason for not implementing 360-degree feedback system in Sri Lanka private sector organization. Here I consider few variables like costly, time-consuming, hierarchy, not suitable for this organization, and unawareness. This blue color represents the opinion from the employees, and another color represents the reason given by their employee. Yes, if you can see here that first one, 36% of the employee, they are unaware about this system. But when you see the other next one, then 47% of the employer, they said that this system is not suitable for their organization. And again, next one, when we check that 57% of the employee, they said their organization is dependent on their hierarchy structure. So these are one of the graphs which I picked. My finding is 60% of the respondents are dissatisfied with the existing evaluation system, and 10% of the employees are extremely dissatisfied about their current performance appraisal system, where 25.5% of the respondents gave the opinion as neutral. And the 360-degree performance feedback system is not utilized by the private sector organization in Colombo area. According to my finding, this system is not implementing in Sri Lanka, based on my the organization which I have selected. However, 73% of the respondents have demonstrated positive reaction to the 360-degree feedback process and its implementation. They gave, when I conduct the interview, they give the positive response regarding this system, because I demonstrate how it's work. I inform them in advance, then they give the positive response regarding this. So I would like to conclude that private sector organization can implement this 360-degree feedback system as an addition. Like whatever they are following the system, they can follow. Apart from that, this system we can exist as an existing system like that we can implement. So that we can compare how it was before and where's the improvement after implementing this system. So we can check that, we can compare that. The implementation of the 360-degree performance feedback system in an organization will enhance the satisfaction level of the employee. Once satisfaction level of the employee is enhanced, then it will help to increase the productivity. Once productivity is increased, then it will help to growth of the organization. It will help to the development and success of the organization. Thank you.